I used to be the Spider, this city's hero. Always on guard, always ready to swoop in and save the day.
What is going on, webheads? Hope you all are doing well. If you click this video, then most likely you have already begun watching Spider-Noir, right? Am I not crazy by assuming that?
No!
All right. I also have begun my journey into the black and white, or somewhat technicolor, universe of Spider-Noir, starring none other than Nicolas Cage. Okay, I was very excited when I saw this trailer about viewing this series, and I'm not a big series viewer, but if I find something that sparks my interest, I will definitely give it my time, and I am a Spider-Man fan from back in the day. But I will say this, I was very curious about this rendition of Spider-Man, this particular Spider universe, because of one significant thing that does include the actor that I just mentioned, Sir Nicolas Cage. Yes, I'm a big Nicolas Cage fan. For what reason, I do not know. It's not like he's one of the greatest actors of all time, but for some reason, I do particularly like his films. We've seen him play comic heroes before, right? Come on, man. Right? Just come on, man. It's Ghost Rider.
I'm not doing it.
You have no choice.
He's been Ghost Rider, you know what I'm saying? Ghost Rider 2. Some people, didn't like that movie, but I digress. I liked him so much that one of my favorite performances of his recently, probably like 2 or 3 years ago, I don't think he spoke a word the entire movie. And I'm talking about Willy's Wonderland. Like, he spends the night in some kind of like faux Five Nights at Freddy's situation, and he's beating the shit out of animatronics all night. He does not say a word. It's great.
You're here to be a human sacrifice. Have you been listening to a word I've been saying?
Anyway, so I was excited about this Spider-Noir project, yes, because it had Nicolas Cage, but this is the other reason. Nicolas Cage is not a teenager. Nicolas Cage is, let's call him a middle-aged man.
Right.
This is what intrigued me and what sparked my interest with Spider-Noir, because from the comics to all of the movie renditions that we've had thus far, Peter Parker, our Spider-Man that most of us know, has always been a high school teenager. So everything from his Spider-Man's experience has always been from a teenage lens. Particularly what he finds important and what he has to grapple with.
Wow.
And in his young teenage experience, a pretty girl that smiles at him is just as important as saving the city from Doc Ock. So I wanted to see what it was going to be like having an adult Spider-Man. Is an adult Spider-Man going to easily be swayed by a pretty face to go swoop in, or would he relegate that type of commitment and putting his major goals on the side? Would he put that on the side for a woman that, let's say, has raised his family, nourished his home, a woman that has actually poured into him more than just smiles? I don't know. This remains to be seen. This is why I want to watch this particular version of this rendition of Spider-Man to see how this plays out. Now, going into episode 1, Step Into My Office, I found it a little bit funny that you're given, not funny that you're given a choice. I actually love the fact that you're given a choice of whether to watch it in black and white or watch it in kind of like this technicolor sort of situation. The thing that I found funny is that I chose black and white because I'm always giving my buddy the Murph Man over at Cole's Comic Corner, I always give him a hard time about his love for black and white media. He'll sit down and watch some old Twilight Zones or Night in the Living Dead in a minute and tell me how much I need to watch some black and white shit. And I'd be like, oh, whatever. Anyway, but I chose black and white. I just thought it was going to help with the time period, the nostalgia, et cetera, et cetera. Let me know what you guys pick? Did most of you people go for the black and white, or did you do the color? I'm very curious. I think I may watch episode 2 in color and decide from there if I'm going to keep watching in color. But right now, I think I'm gonna do black and white. But I just want to see color, just want to see. I digress. Anyway, one thing I noticed was like 1 minute into episode 1, Cage's character is like, no more love. Like I don't have time for that. I was like, okay, bingo. That's anti-teenage off the rip. Another difference that I found interesting in this particular universe, this rendition of Spider-Man, is that the line of "with great power comes great responsibility" was not delivered by his Uncle Ben in this particular situation. This was delivered by his late lover, Ruby. I just thought that was an interesting difference. What else did we notice in here? And as I mentioned, late lover Ruby, because the character has lost her, looks like in some kind of drowning situation, but we don't know the extent of the details as of yet. I say we, I said meaning me, because I've only watched episode 1. But at this point, though, he does not want any power and or responsibility, which is very interesting because this is, again, not a teenager that has freshly obtained these things. This is a weathered man with decades of life, decades of regret. I thought that was interesting. I also like the fact that this older Spider-Man is a PI. He's not a young guy running around taking pictures for the newspaper, where the newspaper owner is like ridiculing and messing with them all day. I think I like the fact that the older Spider-Man is a little bit, quote unquote, a little bit more dignified in this particular aspect of the show.
May the best man live. This is how it ends.
Another thing that I liked with Nicolas Cage's Spidey is that you can tell that this Spider-Man, an older Spider-Man, a weathered Spider-Man, is carrying guilt that only decades of life can accumulate. You definitely get this guilt is weighing with the Ruby situation, but it almost feels like there's other things as well. But especially the fact that he states that, you know, he hated having the power and that power didn't help him save, you know, the most important person to him. That's a lot of regret right there. That's a lot to be carrying around. Who looks like the main villain in this movie? I love Silvermane. I love it for a couple of reasons. Number one, I love the word Silvermane. Like, bro, like this is the lion. Yeah, he an old lion, but you still don't want to challenge him yet, because if you could, you would, and he wouldn't be the main. You understand what I'm saying, main? All right. So Silvermane, the name is killing me. I love it. But I also love the actor, and I should have come more prepared before I pressed the record button and actually looked my man's name up. And maybe I'll do that right now. I love that actor that's playing Silvermane. He was in one of my other favorite movies, Gangs of New York. And he was the the Irish guy that was somewhat a leader in town, that was probably the main challenger to the Butcher.
Citizens of the 5 Points, Mr. Bill Cutting is attempting to draw me into an argument that would no doubt end in bloodshed and the compromising of my office.
I think his name is Brendan Gleeson. Brendan Gleeson, that's his name. Love him. Plays Irish guys a lot because I think he's actually Irish, if I'm not mistaken. Big husky burly dude. When you need a dude that looks like that, he fits the bill. Yes, he's from Dublin. Check out my bad accent. Don't come and get me, Conor McGregor. All right. The time period. Of course, the time period, they help express and exude the time period with choices like black and white, and even the colors like Technicolor, so it still gives you that time period. Of course, they do it with the clothing, right? The costume, right? Gives you the nice feel of the 1930s, 40s situation. Cigarette smoking everywhere, right? Something else that was done back in the day, the old time. But I also love the script as far as staying in the time period and helping exude that time period, using words like dames. When's the last time you heard dame, right? And then how about when one of Silvermane's goons came in the office and he was like, well, what's to keep me from plugging you right now? Plug. Like, when's the last time you heard plug that wasn't talking about going to get some dope from somebody? So I love that with the whole time period situation. How about what's to keep me from plugging you right now? So I love what they did that with the script. A lot of people thought that episode 1 was quasi slow. Maybe, I guess, but I didn't have a problem with it because it's a series. That's the reason why you make a series as opposed to a movie, so you don't have to rush things and you can establish details and you can establish characters a little bit more and setting and things of that nature. So I liked the initial episode. I'm excited to jump into the next. I do love the aspect of seeing an adult Spider-Man with bringing in adult experiences, adult resentment, guilt, things of that nature, and seeing how it plays out a little bit differently in, wearing the crown of a superhero, or if it does play out any differently. Because let's keep it real, Miss Cat's a very pretty face. The guy that came in there claiming to be her husband doesn't appear to have been her husband, so I'm guessing she's single. So who knows if Nicolas Cage does not end up in some situation with her and she ends up being a new Mary Jane, and it doesn't matter whether it's an old man Spider-Man or a young man Spider-Man, we still get the same thing. We'll find out. But until next time, you guys, I hope you enjoy the series. I'm going to hop into episode 2, and I will review episode 2 probably Sunday or Monday. All right. So you guys have a great games night. Until next time, peace.